What's going on, guys? It's Dr. Ganatra here, and today I'm going to give you the 3 parts to any dental marketing campaign. So let me tell you this. If you are trying to get new patients into your practice, then you got to listen up, because inside here I have my marketing campaigns, which I'm going to share with you, which I've written down, the 3 key parts to any campaign that you create for your office. So maybe you have a new office, maybe you just bought an office, maybe you've had a practice for a while and you're kind of flatlining and you just don't know how to get new patients in or get people into your practice. Well, I'm going to go over the 3 areas or the dynamic parts that you need to have to market anything to get patients into your practice. So here's the first thing. The first question you have to ask, and I'm literally going over some of my campaigns that I have with you, is most dentists do this and they make the mistake of thinking, hey, what do I do to get new patients in? And that's the question they ask themselves. How do I get new patients into my practice? Well, that's really not the right question, because what happens is when you ask yourself, how do I get the new patients into my practice? Then you're really just thinking from a general term. Well, marketing today is very specific. Now we have, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we have people that we can target, we can kind of look up online, and we can really target our community online. So our local community. So you have to think in specificities. So the question to ask here is not how do I get new patients in? It's how do I get the right cases into my practice? How do I get the right cases into my practice? That's what you should be asking yourself. So let's start from there. You got to shift from this thinking of, hey, I need to get new patients, to I need to get the right cases. And then you got to ask yourself, hey, what kind of cases do I want to get in? What do I really want to attract into my office? Maybe for you it's implants, because you do a lot of implants. Maybe for you it's perio. Maybe it's endo. Maybe it's, hey, you like to do restorative and veneers, and you want to do mercury fillings to porcelain fillings. Whatever it is for you, right? You have to see, what do you want to attract into your office? That's number 1. So shift from this thinking of, hey, I need to get new patients in, to I need to get new procedures in, right? Does that make sense? So once you do that, you can now start getting specific with all your marketing. You see, if you don't do that, you can't get specific with your marketing. Here's what I mean. Once you figure out, let's just take this for example. We're going to use denture patients. Now, I know some of you hate doing dentures. Some of you love doing dentures. Some of you could care less. I don't know. But let's just take this for an example. If you're trying to get new denture patients in your office, where you want to do more full mouth denture cases, whether that's overdentures or implant retained dentures, whatever it is, if you want to get more of those cases in your practice, now you've zoned in and you've gone from really broad to kind of a little bit narrower. I want to get these cases in. So how do you get those cases in? Well, the first thing you have to do, and these are the 3 components. Once you clarify with this question and you identify what you want to get in, the first thing you got to do is say, hey, you know what? What's my hook? Now, here's what I mean by this. I know for some of you that may sound very abrasive. What's my hook? But the hook is the thing that gets that potential patient, that prospect, thinking, and you get into the mind of that patient. See, the hook that you can deliver is you getting into the mind of the patient, and now you are thinking about the conversation the patient's already having in their head. So what's the hook for someone that needs dentures? What could it be? Hey, there's many of them. It could be tired of loose, ill-fitting dentures that get food trapped underneath them. That's one hook. Now, I'm going to tell you why we're creating all this. Once I go over these 3 areas for the campaigns, I'm going to show you what to do with the 3, where to place them, and why we are thinking through these 3 processes, or these 3 kind of tactics for creating any campaign, right? Three parts. So the hook is, hey, are you sick and tired of getting food stuck under your dentures? The hook could be, are you frustrated with not being able to chew the foods you love to eat? Or do you experience indigestion because you can't chew your foods? Or are you unable to eat some of your most favorite foods because you can't chew all your food because you don't have all your teeth. So you have to get into the pain point. What is that pain point? And usually the hook describes that pain point, and you lead with that hook. Once you get them in and you're like, wow, you reach out to them. Maybe you're doing this through a video. Maybe you're doing this through a web page. But either way, if you're reaching out to that patient with that hook, which is with that pain point, then you are in the conversation in their mind. As soon as you do that, you can now have an influence. And what's the next step? Now, what you do is you go to the story, okay? The story of transformation. So what's the story of transformation? You may have some patients in your office that you've done dentistry on that you've changed your life. Like they feel so much better, they can eat their foods, they can chew, they don't have indigestion, they can eat the foods that they want to eat. And maybe you got a testimonial on them. Maybe you took a video on these patients. And if you haven't, I would suggest you do that ASAP, right? So you get a video testimonial, you get the story of transformation, you capture that with the patient that you have. And now, once you lay that hook out there and you're like, hey, are you suffering from X, Y, and Z? Then here's the story of transformation. It's showcasing the story in your office and how you fixed this, how you changed this, how you transformed this patient's life because of what you did in your practice. So you show that story, and then the next thing you do is you give them an offer. The offer could be, hey, if you come in this next month, we have, 50% off on all your, dentures. Now, that's a price offer. You may not want to give a price offer, and I get that. The other thing you can do is say, hey, if you come in this month, what we're doing is we're doing a full workup, full x-rays, and we're evaluating you for implants too. And we're doing half off on your first 2 implants or whatever it is. Or we're working up your whole entire case to see if you qualify to get fixed dentures, implant retained dentures, or overdentures, right? So you can present your offer in many different ways. And the one way to think about your offer in your practice is to think about, hey, what's the kind of cool, unique thing that we do or we can give our patients when they come into our practice? And when you start thinking about it from that reference, you know what you can offer them. Because here's the thing, people don't buy your product or service. What they really buy is the offer in there. What's the offer? What's the thing that you're really trying to sell them? That's what you buy. And I shouldn't even say what's the thing that you're really trying to sell them. What is the offer around that product or service? Does that make sense? So once you create that, and the offer could be, hey, you come in, we can do a free CT scan, we can do a free workup, we can take free impressions, we can work up your case, we can show you how things are gonna look before getting them done, get a free evaluation and workup on your treatment before doing anything, before paying anything. So you have to create a strong offer before they come into your office, so that way they click on that and they request an appointment. So there's 3 parts: the hook, the story, the offer. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, once I got these 3 parts, what do I do with these 3 parts, Dr. Ganatra? Where do I place them? Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna show you this. This is the web page that you wanna place them on. Now, there's many different words for this. You can call it a mini page, a mini website, but I like to call it a funnel, a treatment page. And essentially, a treatment page it's just one page with all the treatment, just single treatment, everything they need to know about that treatment on that page, okay? Now, I can tell you this, somewhere below this video, there's gonna be a link where you can click on the link, you'll get way more information, and I'll go into depth on how to create these treatment funnels. It's a free training, sign up for it, watch it, okay? But until that, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what a treatment page looks like. So on the top, this may be reversed for you here. On the top, right here, you got essentially your headline, okay? Here's your headline. You got your headline, which is your hook, which is, hey, are you suffering from this? Or do you hate getting food caught in your dentures? Or are you frustrated not being able to eat the foods you want to eat? And then below that is the video or the story of transformation for one of your patients. And it talks about their story. And then there's the offer right here. It gives them a call to action or an offer to get in, right? That's huge right there. That's right there, the offer. And then below this, essentially you'll see that there's 3 benefits that you're listing for this treatment. Benefit number 1, benefit number 2, and then below that is the offer again. You're reminding them, hey, this is what I'm offering you. If you take action or you come into our office this month, or you come into my office, or you schedule your appointment for in the next 72 hours, you are gonna get this offer, okay? Hook, story, offer. Hook, story, offer. Story is the story of transformation for one of your patients. And then the offer really is, hey, what are they getting? What's in it for me? You have to answer that question, and you have to make that compelling enough for that patient. If it's just a matter of, hey, I'm getting a free x-ray, no, that's not that compelling, right? What can you do to make that super compelling for your treatment? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to discount your treatment. I mean, you can. Doesn't mean that you have to discount it by 50% or whatever it is, but you can give something to that patient. You may think, wow, you know what patients really like is like that post-op visit. Well, maybe we can include that, or maybe they like, sedation, whatever it is. So there's so many things that you can include in an offer. You have to start get creative and think of that. What is it for your practice? So you put this on a web page. They go in there and there's a button here. There's that make an appointment button. They click on that button, they request an appointment, and they come into your office. That's how it works. So first, get clear on the treatment that you want to offer to your patients. Specifically, get patients in for that treatment, not just get a new patient in. Drive them to a page that has a hook or a headline, a story, and then an offer underneath that story, and then some benefits here as well, where they can actually go in, make an appointment request to come into your practice. That's how it works. That's how you get people in to your office for a specific treatment. Now, like I said, I have a whole entire training on this. It's like an hour and a half where I go over this with you, and it's for free. So watch it. I'll post the link underneath this video. Watch the training. It's a gold mine of information. And if you're having if a new practice, or you bought an office, or you've been in practice and you're just like, man, how do I market my practice? That's going to clear it up for you. Watch the training, take a look at it. At the end, I'll give you an offer to get involved deeper with me and take me up on it. It's awesome. But until then, watch this training below the video, and it's a full training on how to do all of this stuff. But nonetheless, even with this video alone, you got enough here to get an idea on what to do to market your practice. Like, it's about really getting clear on the fact that you don't want just new patients, you want new procedures. Not only that, what procedure do you want? What are the patient's pain points around that procedure? What's the story of transformation that you can tell to the patient? And then what's the offer you can provide to that patient for them to take action and get into your practice? So I hope that helped. And no matter where you're at, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of these videos. I make these for you. I sit here and I do these and I really think through these. And I share with you what has been working, what has worked for me, what's been working for a lot of the doctors in our programs, our courses, and what is working today. This is like real time, you guys. So I think it's like the best marketing, practice development, management training out there. And if you have any questions for me, post them here. Leave me a comment. It's so encouraging to see that. So I'll see you in the next one. As always, have an incredible day and live inspired.